We go 1 and 2 on the 3 best prop bets at UFC 303 as Ray Saruya by decision comes through for us at plus 225, but Martin Budai by submission at plus 300 does not come through. Doesn't even try to sniff a takedown. I really don't understand that approach. Luckily, he still managed to get his hand raised. And then Macy Chiasson by decision at plus 195 does not come through as she gets the TKO cut stoppage over Myra Bueno Silva. Sometimes that's the type of volatility that we get in MMA. Again, with the plus 225, we still end up in the profit, very slight profit, but I'll take it. And then the long shot does not come through as Gary by sub, or Ian Machado Gary by sub at plus 750. Looked good in the first round. Unfortunately, he's not able to sink in that rear naked choke or get any of those submission attempts. But luckily, again, he ended up being our lock of the night play, and he comes through for us straight. Again, straight up, he wins. That's all that mattered in terms of the grander scheme of things. But in terms of the prop, he does not come through for the long shot. I believe that was prior to that, we had 2 straight long shots hit for us. So, that L was bound to be right around the corner there for the long shot. Got another 3 best prop bets for you guys this weekend and some juicy props all around. I had to try to, hone in on the ones that I really like the most. There's some plus 300, plus 400s that I'll be dropping on the Lock of the Night Patreon page. So if you want access to that, check the link in the description below. But these are the 3 that I'll go with for this segment, plus the long shot I'll drop afterwards as well. First one, Evan Elder by knockout at plus 245. He's going up against Darius Flowers on a matchup that was put together on fight week. And we know Elder is a guy that loves to throw down in the pocket, throws a lot of big power. And we know Flowers doesn't mind throwing some power in return. He does prefer to try to get fights to the ground and utilize his BJJ black belt. But we have seen once his style does not work out, he does start to slow down, especially on short notice, just as we'll see this weekend. He will likely slow down. That will open up opportunities for Elder to start letting his hands go. And I don't think he'll allow Flowers off the hook as Michael Johnson did by looking to out-grapple Flowers through the second and third rounds. I think we'll see Elder really try to turn up the volume and heat on Flowers and eventually get him out of there in the second or third round, specifically by knockout at plus 245. The second best prop that I have for you guys is going to be Lana Santos by decision at plus 200 as she takes on Maria Agapova. Now, a lot of people are expecting Santos to go out there and submit Agapova as prior opponents have been able to recently, and it seems like there's been a lot of issues out of the cage for Agapova, but Santos is not a super aggressive submission artist. I think we'll see her utilize her clinch and her grappling to try to nullify Agapova's unorthodox movement, keeping her against the cage, looking to drag her to the ground, and just grind this fight out, just as we saw against Stephanie Egger last time around. I'm kind of surprised that this decision line is plus 200, but I think a lot of that has to do with people reading into Agapova's submission defense and thinking that Santos, being a BJJ black belt, that she'll be able to sink in a choke as well or a submission of some sort. I'm going to go against that here and take this decision prop instead, hoping that she just relies on the grind that we've seen her do in the past. So Santos decision plus 200. The third best prop bet for you guys is going to be Christian Rodriguez inside the distance. Now, I don't mind taking the KO or the submission, but that's the issue here with Rodriguez, as he could either get a knockout or a club and sub, and that's why I'm just going to go with the plus 150 on the inside the distance. I think Erosa leaves too many openings in the striking realm that Rodriguez can take advantage of, and even though he'll be at a height and reach disadvantage, he is a educated enough striker to eventually find his way into the pocket, land that big shot, and as we've been seeing from Erosa recently, he has not been eating shots that well. That will lead to Rodriguez eventually finding that club, maybe a drum, maybe a sub, but as long as he gets the finish, we'll be able to cash this best prop bet and this third best prop bet that I have for you guys here at plus 150. All right, the long shot. This one was a little bit more difficult because there were a couple, honorable mention, Cody Brundage by submission. That's plus 450 on Bet Online. My kind of cutoff for best prop bet or long shots is plus 500. So he didn't really make the cut there. Montel Jackson by knockout, I believe, was about plus 325. So there's a couple honorable mentions. So the one I ended up going with, I realistically wouldn't mind Fremd round 3 plus 600, but I'm going to go try to mix in the method of victory as well with the KO and go Josh Fremd round 3 KO plus 1000. Again, it won't be a clean knockout, at least I don't think, but at least it will be a barrage of shots. I think he'll showcase the better cardio, showcase the better grind, really wear on Petrosky, similar to what we saw with Brian Battle on their Ultimate Fighter fight, and I think we'll see Fremd really wear on Petrosky. Again, early will be dangerous. But if he can survive that early onslaught, he really should be able to pick up the pace in the second and third rounds, and from there wear on Petrosky and eventually get him out of there, whether it's with his front choke that he loves to apply or just taking a barrage of shots. I'm hoping it's the latter here, where he's able to actually land some big shots here and get the referee to step in. So Josh from round 3 knockout plus 1,000 as the long shot for UFC Denver. All right, that's a wrap on UFC Denver content for the week. I'll see you guys after the fights conclude, and I'll have my immediate reactions podcast for you guys then. Alfred barking in the background, so hopefully some of this dog money comes through for us. I'll see you guys after the fights. Peace.